Hola, ¿qué tal todos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. La lección de ahora, de hoy, del día es vosotros. This is something that a lot of you have perhaps heard about, the vosotros form. Well, vosotros means you plural, like you guys, just like ustedes means you guys. However, the vosotros form is used almost exclusively in España, in Spain. It's a beautiful form of the verb. The conjugations are kind of long and different from what we have studied. We are learning standard Latin American Spanish that will hit all the Spanish-speaking countries of the world, basically, including Spain, but we don't teach the vosotros form because in standard Latin American Spanish and all these other countries, you're not going to hear the vosotros, you're not going to see the vosotros, you're not going to speak the vosotros, and you're not going to read the vosotros. Therefore, you're not going to use the vosotros. So we leave that for people that are living in Spain or they're going to live in Spain or tour in Spain for an extended amount of time. I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, and tools how to manage vosotros when it's spoken to you if you go to Spain or if you're speaking with a Spaniard. Okay, let's take a look at our clusters. We know that the vosotros form is used primarily, perhaps exclusively in Spain. We know that vosotros means you plural. It is the plural form of two, vosotros. We know that if you hear an ace, or is on the end of a verb, just respond in the nosotros form. Respond in the nosotros form. If you hear a question and it's got ace, or is, respond in the nosotros form. For example, the verb estar. If I want to say, how are you guys? ¿Cómo estáis? ¿Cómo estáis vosotros? In standard Latin American Spanish, we use the vosotros equivalent, which is ustedes. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están ustedes? The verb to go. These are for AR verbs, but IR, it's an exception here in the vosotros form. Where are you guys going? ¿A dónde vais? Standard Latin American Spanish, ¿a dónde van? What are you buying? ¿Qué compráis? Standard Latin American Spanish, ¿qué compran? ¿Qué compran? Llorar is to cry. Why are you guys crying? In vosotros, ¿por qué lloráis vosotros? In standard Latin American, ¿por qué lloran ustedes? Pensar, what do you guys think? In the vosotros form, ¿qué pensáis? In the ustedes form, ¿qué piensan? Let's go over here. ER verbs. Comer, to eat. What are you guys eating? ¿Qué comes? ¿Qué comes? Standard Latin American Spanish, ¿qué comen? ¿Qué comen ustedes? Let's contrast. First will be the vosotros form in Spain, and the second will be the ustedes form in countries that are not Spain. What are you guys learning? ¿Qué aprendes? ¿Qué aprenden? What are you guys doing? ¿Qué hacéis vosotros? ¿Qué hacen ustedes? Ver, to see. What do you guys see? ¿Qué ves vosotros? ¿Qué ven ustedes? Vender is to sell. What are you guys selling? ¿Qué vendéis vosotros? ¿Qué venden ustedes? So the vosotros is used basically exclusively in Spain. It's good to know. I've been a court interpreter for many years. I've had decades and decades and decades of teaching Spanish, and I've never had occasion to use the vosotros, and I've never really had maybe other one or two students that had come from Spain as an exchange student that would use the vosotros form occasionally. But again, if you hear ace, or is as a question, respond in the nosotros form. If you hear ace, or is on the end of a verb, and they're not asking you a question, just know that they're talking about you plural. Just like if you're talking about ustedes, ustedes son muy inteligentes, you guys are very intelligent. In the vosotros form, it would be vosotros sois muy inteligentes. It's different, and again, in Spain, like to say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. What you can do, other than the tips, tricks, and tools that we're giving you here, you can just Google vosotros endings and look at them, and you'll see they're kind of long, and they're different from what you have been learning with me and perhaps any other Spanish instructor that you may have studied with. Okay? Vosotros form. The vosotros means you plural in Castilian Spanish in Spain. Very much used. It is a plural form of two, vosotros. If you hear ice, ace, or is, respond with a nosotros form. Vosotros is the equivalent of the standard Latin American ustedes for you plural. And we have some examples here. Let's finish off now with our IR verbs. Decir is to say. What are you guys saying? ¿Qué decís vosotros? ¿Qué decís? ¿Qué dicen ustedes? Salir, to leave. ¿Cuándo salís vosotros? When are you guys leaving? ¿Cuándo salen ustedes? Vivir is to live. Using the vosotros form. ¿Dónde vivís vosotros? Where do you guys live? ¿Dónde viven ustedes? Venir is to come. Are you guys coming to the party in Castilian, in Spain, vosotros form? ¿Venís a la fiesta? ¿Venís vosotros a la fiesta? Standard Latin American Spanish. ¿Vienen ustedes a la fiesta? And finally, conseguir is to get. ¿Qué conseguís vosotros? What are you guys getting? ¿Qué consiguen ustedes? So standard Latin American Spanish, basically all countries outside of Spain are going to use the ustedes form for you plural. In Spain, they're going to use the vosotros form for you plural. Okay, that's it. Gracias por todo. I think you understand who uses vosotros and how it is used and why it is used, how it differs rather from standard Latin American Spanish and Spanish spoken in Spain. Now, if you go to Spain and you speak Spanish here in the standard Latin American Spanish countries, you're going to be understood very well in Spain. Somebody comes from Spain and they speak Spanish here, they're going to be totally very well understood. It's not a problem. There are just some differences here and there. There are some words that are different here and there, but essentially you're speaking the same language. So don't fret, don't worry, don't be concerned. Oh my gosh, I'm going to Spain and I don't know vosotros. You're going to do just fine. Okay? All right, that's it. Gracias. And by the way, Viva España. España, I haven't been to Spain yet. It's on my bucket list. I definitely want to go to Spain. I've heard nothing but incredible stories about all the beautiful monuments and churches, all the beautiful countryside, the incredible beaches in Spain. I definitely want to go and go pretty soon. Okay? That's it. Colorín colorado. Este cuento se ha acabado. Gracias. Bye.